It's like Christmas. Amazon has brought me all the things. Let's do a little unboxing video. Like, oh my god. Oh, look at that. New battery controller, new battery charger. How amazing is that? Here. New grommets for the sail bag, because the zipper on the thing's a piece of crap. Longer reefing line. I've decided I need longer lines. This is the grommet punch. It goes along with my little twist locks for the sail bag. And at the behest of my wife, she says I need to read this book. So I will read this book. Probably on the sailboat. And last but not least, this is my new 200 amp hour Li-Time lithium battery. No. I misspoke. This is 300 amp hours. Oh my God. Look at that. Oh my God, it's a 300 amp hour. Did I say 200? I think, yeah. I bought a 300 amp hour. Look at the size of this battery. Oh my God. It's heavy. Oh, the things we will do on the boat with this. I can't tell you how excited I am to get these things going. I am charging the Li-Time 300 amp hour battery. So they ship these because of shipping regulations at 30%. So you've got to put them on a charger. After it charges, we will test the voltage that it's carrying to see what the max voltage is in true. My charge controller, my solar charge controller, MTTP is still coming. It's probably a week out with shipping, but soon as it shows up, then we'll get everything on the boat. This is a big battery. So running the numbers, 2 deep cell or 2 AGM batteries would have cost about the same price as this battery. Their lifespan is half the lifespan, and you can only deplete them to 50%. Where this thing at 300 amp hours, I can deplete down to almost 20%. And the recharge capability, the amount of times you can recharge and discharge this thing are far vast compared to the AGM batteries. So I'm very excited. This is a fantastic technology. It's finally getting into a reasonable price range. I think I paid about $530 or $40 for this battery. The charge controller was, I think, another $40, and then the MPPT I think is about $80. So I mean, it's an investment for sure, but I mean, this is a 10-year lifespan battery. So easily more economical than replacing AGMs one time. So pretty awesome.
Hey, I'm in the boat. And when I say I'm in the boat, I mean I'm inside the boat. I'm in the hold, in the lazarette hatch, in the cockpit. I'm working on that thing today. My Lifetime 300 amp hour 12 volt battery. It's huge, I know. So some things I've done down here that you haven't been privy to or haven't really recorded or talked about. I've moved my depth sensor. It's now in the center of the boat, and I know it's still in the back of the boat, and it should really be up in the forepeak. I'm okay with it. It has an adjustment that I can make to compensate. But it used to be back here, and this is actually kind of on the side of the hull. And every time we were on a starboard tack, it would quit reading. So I've moved it down several feet to the center of the boat. So what else am I doing down here? All this rewiring, getting ready to bring this enormous battery back down here into this space. I'm going to have to secure it to the wall, and I'm going to have to secure it from sliding this way. Because certainly you don't want that thing rolling around down here should we heel over incredibly hard or, God forbid, get knocked down or roll the boat over. Don't plan on doing that ever. Knock on wood. So it was kind of a messy wire situation, and I inherited some of it, and some of it was my own doing. This entire switch panel is brand new. I put this in last year. And this is my grounding. Don't remember the name of that, but it's my it's where all my negatives connect. And it's a fuse bar basically. This is a switch panel on the inside of the cabin to control things. So I've done a lot of zip tying, just bringing things together, getting them cleaner. It ain't perfect. It doesn't look like something you'd see on anybody else's YouTube channel. It's, I've completely rewired my boat and upgraded to lithium. And you know what? It's functional. I know what everything is. I know how it's routed, and I'm cool with it. I've got some ties I'm still going to put on and kind of screw this to the wall. And all these tips. Yeah, I'm just going to leave those. Just kidding. And if somebody just had a small stroke, I've got my nips, and I will cut all the tails nice and flush and close, so when you rub your hand on the back of one of these, it doesn't rip you open. I have a light. I don't know if you can see this right here. This is what this is a rock light. It's for Jeeps or off-road vehicles, and they're weatherproof, and they're amazing, and they're super bright. And it was mounted on the wall here, but it's fantastic to be able to work in here and have a really good amount of light. So something you might consider. You can get these on Amazon or eBay. Amazon's a great place to get them. I think these are Amper, A-M-P-E-R brand rock lights. They're solid state. They're sealed completely. They're die-cast metal. Let me get you closer if you can see that. This is metal. It's been painted. It's 3 diodes, and they're fantastic. They're bright as hell. It lights up this entire area really well, so we can see. So had I had power right now, it would be incredibly bright right here. You could close the hatch and it'd be totally dark, and you could turn that thing on. It'd be all lit up and wonderful. So that's all that's going to happen. I've traced out all my hot lines that I need to connect to power. I've traced out all my grounds that will need to go to ground. Unfortunately, my MPTT controller, or MTTP. I don't know how to say it. I think it's MTTP. The controller has not arrived. It's going to come later in the month. I think it's next week, actually. I wish it was here because then I could just finish this whole job. But gonna get the battery in, gonna get the battery secured, gonna get the 120 or shore power charger hooked to it so it can charge. But anything that needs to power the boat will have to go through that controller, I believe. Or at the very least, it has to go through my boat main on-off switch. So I'm not there yet. I'm not ready to hook everything back up yet. So that's what's going on. And there we are. We're done. Got everything buttoned up pretty nice. All these wires hanging down here will go to the MTTP controller. I think I'm saying that right. And they're either ground or positive. So I've got everything buttoned up relatively smoothly. I'm real happy with the way it looks. Got all the things out of the way. These were down on the ground here on the sole of the boat, and I did want them to be down there. So I've got them up and bungeed. The battery is going to sit here, and then I've got a big, thick, 3-inch wide piece of webbing that I'm going to wrap around the battery, and it's going to be screwed into this wall, essentially hugging the battery. And then I've got a steel plate that is it's an L bracket, basically, that's going to be put down in place here to keep the battery from sliding this way. All right, I got to get out of the boat.
What are you doing today?
I'm watching myself
I'm trying to get the stink out
on the
of my
boat. On the boat.
At the same time, testing the automatic build.
I feel like now I've just gone too far. So everything's hooked up. We are currently on battery power. I ran every electrical thing on the boat that I could for about 30 or 40 minutes. And my solar charger kicked in. So we did bleed off some power from the lithium battery, and the solar panel kicked in to start charging. It's a super slow charge. But I gotta show you this. So currently I'm watching TV off the inverter, right? So last year, Nick gave me a neighbor's air conditioner that he had in his garage. Well, it's been sitting until today. It's a Hatch air conditioner, and currently it's running off of shore power. I have air conditioning inside the boat, and I'm elated because this is a game changer. If I can store this thing in a dock box, and if I'm on, or if I'm at the club and I don't want to be on the hook, I can come crash in the slip for the night with air conditioning. Game changer. Just how cool is that? So I need to figure out, I need to either make some kind of a plastic template that will fit this area to keep the air from, escaping or from critters getting in. But, the hatch is there. And I imagine if I have, a big piece of aluminum or a nice piece of Lexan or something, PVC, that I can cut this shape out and somehow maybe here have a twist lock, maybe here have a twist lock. You just have to put that thing there, turn those, and it's in place. And even cooler if it's clear and it lets light in. So that's going to be a cool project. Nick, thank you, dude. You have no idea. So this is where it plugs in. This will come from the dock. It'll be shore power. There's the controls. So you've got the thermostat, you've got low fan, high cool, low cool, off. I'm under it right here, and it's cold. It is blowing cold air into the boat. And this is pushing the cold air to the back of the boat. I mean, it's freaking amazing. I mean, the boat couldn't be any freaking cooler. We're just gonna call this my micro cruiser. How awesome is that? So in a matter of minutes, I have managed to create a template out of this foam, and it's pretty close. I think I'll go scribe this out on a piece of wood next that's thin, and I'll cut it a little fat. Clearly I need some length here, and this corner needs to be a little fatter. But I mean, that's pretty rudimentary, pretty good. I think I can have something mocked up that's at least temporary pretty quick. I've got more of this foam core. I think, make an insulated panel to put in here. Okay, this is the, second revision with cardboard, third revision total. I'm really close. Need a little bit of material here. I could do a little trim here. Maybe a tiny extra little bit of material here. I mean, not really necessary. Let's see, she pushes up real nice. And there's the final template. You can see my struggle is this hole, the shape is not regular, it is irregular. Somebody has made this with not a lot of care. It's not symmetric at all. I mean, it's got a big curve in it. But this is going to be the final template. This is a piece of oak. Now, I've had an idea, and I've talked to a friend, and I think what we can do. Let me see if I have my pencil in my pocket. I don't. But I think what I'll do is interesting. It's like trapped. There we go. So there's the relief side, right? I think I will trace this out with a pencil, and I could effectively make a fiberglass plug, which would be really kind of amazing. And whether it's something I want to set down into the hole, which might be ideal, because I could make it a little bit bigger on the outside instead of it being a little bit bigger on the inside. That might be the way I want to go. So what I could do is I could have this wooden piece, a plug essentially, that I just plug in the hole. It leaves this opening here for me to set my air conditioner into, and then it overhangs everywhere else. You know, I've got room here. There's room underneath that to come up, you know, about an inch. That could work really well. I'm about exhausted. I think I've been up and down the ladder. I don't even know if I can guess. Maybe 30 times, maybe 25 times. So this is kind of where we're at. Oh, I'm gonna have to quit for the day because I'm out of energy. My hip is starting to really bother me going up and down the ladder. I got this little hitch in my giddy up, little catch in my hip. It's that hip flexor. So this is fantastic, right? And this is something you could, I could refine it a little bit more. A little bit here. Or, I could even peel back this headliner, get this permanently attached. Maybe epoxy it in, and then bring the headliner over it, make it a little prettier, right? But then I made this, which is a foam plug, and it's really close in shape. It wouldn't have to be perfect. It needs some revision as well, because the air conditioner in this space right here is thin. That's only about an inch, and this is much thicker. So with a little bit of revision, I could get this dialed in. So, thin this front portion, thin that out a little bit and dial that in. That becomes my plug. And then essentially I could make something like this on the exterior top side. So this is in place permanently, or it's at least held firmly with some kind of maybe a little twist latch or something. Velcro is probably not strong enough, and I have not had luck getting Velcro to adhere to this material up here. So I'll figure something out. So this could be permanently there. This could set in, and then on the top side of this, we could have a piece essentially that looks kind of like this, that's bigger. So it would sit down in the hole this way with this overhanging lip deflecting water away. And then you set the air conditioner into the hole in place, and Bob's your uncle. And you've got kind of a finished, sealed off hatch. I don't know if it would be perfect, but a little weather stripping, a little duct tape, a little, wow, I look like a wreck. I think it's going to work real well. As it sits right now, with this foam plug put into place, I gotta remember which way it goes. The hole is so irregular. I just who cut this? It makes me wonder if there was never a hatch here, or if this was cut to order, so to speak, to fit the hatch that's on it. So the plexiglass hatch that's on it is goofy. It's bent a little weird. It doesn't quite seal real well. I've had to put new weather stripping up there and a third screw tie down thing to really make it hunker down or snug down well enough. And you can see all this shit, right? This is, somebody's peeled all that back. I hate that. I just hate looking at that. I'm going to take some 2-part epoxy putty, I think, and lay that in there and build it up. And, paint it or fiberglass, just something just better. But then here we go. We lay this. Let me put this up. There we go. She's up. So that's piece of ply with that foam plug. And then I could do something on the top side, essentially making the foam and the top side one piece, and ideally maybe fiberglassing it. I don't know. Fiberglass is so rigid, it would have a very tight tolerance, and that'd be okay if maybe I fudge it a little bit and make it a little bit wider than it needs to be, and then maybe put in a piece of weather stripping or something that'll compress when we put the thing in there. I don't know. All I can tell you is it's 90 outside, and it feels really good in front of this air conditioner. So this is a project worth doing, that's for sure. It's another beautiful day. I'm in the boat doing some work. I've taken, well, the other day I was in the boat, and I've got speakers that play outside in the cockpit, and they sound pretty awesome. And because they're mounted in the open spaces down below here and over here, I thought it sounds pretty good. But honestly, when I was in the boat the other day and I had it all closed up and I was playing music, it didn't sound that great. It was muffled sounding, and to get more sound out of it, I had to turn it up louder, which might annoy or irritate somebody that's in the berth next to me or somebody out on the lake, and I don't want to blare my music. So when I demoed the new coffee station, I took out the old original speaker, which actually was kind of an upgrade. It was a newer speaker, still functioning in good shape. And I had another one tucked over here in this little hole, if you can see that. And I pulled that out. And what I did was, and I don't know what you call this, what is this, like a buckboard or something? I pulled this down, took it into the shop. I drilled a couple of holes into the back of the board. I mounted those older speakers on the back side of the board, and then the grill on the front. And I wired, power from this one to that speaker and power to this one from that speaker. And it sounds great. So now, they're a smaller speaker, and they provide the nice highs that we're kind of missing from just listening to the bigger speakers that are up tucked away that were kind of muffled. So now those kind of act like a bass, and it really sounds nice in here now. It's great, and I don't have to turn it up real loud. I can play it pretty quietly and get pretty awesome sound quality. My next thought is this thing is Bluetooth speaker compatible, so I could sync like a pair of headphones to the TV, or I could sync my stereo system, which I'm going to try. And that might give me TV sound in stereo down here. That might sound pretty amazing. So I'm going to fiddle around with that for just a little bit and see what we can figure out. Look at this. I've synced the stereo with some extra sheaves and blocks and stuff like that
with the TV.
So I'm going to ship this.
I have amazing sound quality for the TV now.
Save them a little bit of money. Here we go. And there it goes, Sam. It's on its way. Hey, how's it going?
Oh my God, it's amazing.
The little yellow boat.
So I'm using the remote to control
ready to put on
the volume here,
registration number,
and it's playing out of the boat speakers.
Yellow and black letters. I think they're going to stand out really nice.
It's so awesome.
I've striped one side of the boat. Let's take a look at it. I'm in the shop this afternoon. I had a delivery come through. It's a piece of, I think it's called Sterilite, maybe. It's like plexiglass. This is it. I've, as you can tell, I've cut a radius off of it. And it's kind of the shape. It follows the shape of my hatch pretty nicely. I'm going to make the inward cut where the air conditioner will sit down into this hole. I know that it's this wide. I'm going to fudge it short and kind of gradually get a little bigger as needed to get it to fit just right. I couldn't mold it off of this because, as we know, the hole inside the boat is not even close to being a uniform or symmetric size or shape, and how, I don't know how somebody even created that, but this is my interior panel. This will be the exterior panel that keeps the critters and the rain out, we hope. All right, so here we go. We've cut our Lexan, and I know it looks white, but it's actually got a protective clear coating on it that will come off. And I think it's going to be clear. I think it's clear. It might be white. Well, either way, it lets light into the cabin. It's cool. Yeah, I'm very happy. So I'm going to take my heat gun and I'm going to heat the corner here, and I'm going to let that kind of come down. Same thing over here. We'll heat it and kind of give it a little bend. We can heat it here and give it a little bend, so it'll kind of really hug down real well. And after seeing it on the inside, I don't know that I'll need the interior panel. I mean, I can certainly put it in. It's ugly, but maybe if you just wanted a little extra insulation. Yeah, so I was right. It's clear. I'm taking off the protective coating in preparation for melting. There we go. I'm gonna start here with the old Black & Decker and see what I can get. Can't really do it while I'm holding this. I'm sorry. So I've got the first side bent. It bubbled when it heated up. I'm not thrilled about that, but I also don't really care. This isn't to look pretty. It's just to keep things out. So it's going to serve its purpose. It curved really nicely. It's got a good bend on it. I'm just going to do a little bit at a time, kind of see where we get. There is our piece. She's bent on all four corners. She's a little dirty. Let's go see how she fits. No, I'm not thrilled with this. I'm not thrilled with the fit and the bending. The bending down here is great. This is the way I kind of want it. Up here, however, it made it stand up a little. And so I've come to a new conclusion, and I've traced out this black line that you can see all the way around. I'm going to cut this down. So instead of sitting on top up here on the deck, it's going to sit actually on the weather strip. I think it's just going to work better. It's going to seal that way. And it's going to terminate about here. So I'll be cutting from here to here, leaving this longer material here. And that really is more than anything for wind-driven things. And I need to see how it's going to sit once the air conditioner is in place. And I think it's going to push it down. And then I might be able to get up here and heat this up a little bit more and give it a little more better fitment. That is an actual word for fitment. See, like this right here is making contact with the fiberglass. So I might just shave off a little bit of that. It's not a terrible idea, honestly, on both sides. I think that's about as close as I'm going to get. It's a really nice fit. The air conditioner should provide enough weight here and here to push that down. I could use a little bit of bending here and just a tiny bit here. So I'm going to take it back in and just give this a little lip, this corner edge, just a little down bend. I think it's going to be pretty nice. I think what I'm going to do is drill a hole here, maybe here, 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 and here, and see if I can get some little twisty spring locks, you know? So the pin goes through the screw head, and then underneath is a bar that swings, and there's a spring that, you know, provides tension, some kind of a pull down tension. Don't know where I'm going to find those. I'll probably have to make them. And that's fine. I've got springs and stuff. If I need to, I'll make my own springs. But I think we're real close. We are very close.
Told you I had springs.
All right, so I've made my twist locks. I fabricated these out of I found this piece of black flat bar. I don't even know what this was, but I never throw anything away for exactly this reason. When you go to look for something and you need it, there it is. Here's something else I've saved off of something. This would have worked just as well. A nice little piece of flat metal. So what I've done here, I've run a bolt through. Here's the bolt head, and here's a nut on the bolt holding that in place, essentially, giving it a little pinch. This is a spring on the bolt shaft. Here's my little flat bar, and here's a nut on top, making this a little bit adjustable, providing a little bit of tension. I haven't test fit this. Let's go do that next. Well, that just turned out fantastic. I'm thrilled. So you can see, I've put it in and I've rotated and I've tightened up the bottom nut a little bit. And she's holding nice and tight. That's great. And then the weight of the air conditioner is going to provide a little downward force. Well, there's my wife, Farmer Susan.
Hey.
Say hi, Susan.
Hi.
Where are you headed?
I got shit to do.
She's got shit to do. Hey, where are you going with my tractor? What are you up to? Oh, excellent. All right, be careful. No hills.
Yes, Captain. I'm going down to the wood pile.
Okay. Just, no sideways runs on hills. I'm thrilled with this. That's going to be great. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I have accomplished it. I've created a panel to fill the negative space in the hatch when the air conditioner is in it. And it actually fits really good. I'm thrilled. Yeah, she looks pretty phenomenal. I mean, it ain't perfect, but you know what? A little weather stripping should get everything just the way I need it. Oh my gosh, all the tree trash has been blown in here. All these little flower petals. Let's take a look close. So, here's my little twist lock system. I twist that. Look at that. It's snug. And here's another one. I could actually loosen that one up a little bit. Snug. This one's already a little bit twisted. It could also be loosened. Oh, no, that's great. Snug. That's fantastic. So I got a little gap here. And I just can't get enough melt to bend this section the way I want to. You know what's going to go on the edge of this? Weather stripping. Same thing there. Same thing here. It's just the plastic's also a little thin. So it's got weight on it, so it deforms a little bit. But wow, how awesome is that? That looks really nice. So I'm going to get some of that weather stripping that actually will slip over. It's, I think it's called C-channel. Okay, I've got my C-channel rubber gasket installed. This is the top side, and under this side, you can see over here, is padded. And so she's making real good seal, I think, all the way around. We'll know once we put the air conditioner in and go take a look from the inside. Susan's on her way out. I finally gave up on these corners. This corner. I just can't get them to see, even with the gasket. And I think it's because of the weight of the air conditioner. It just deforms and it pushes down over here, causing this to lift it up over here. This is doing great. So what I've done is I've drilled another hole here and another hole over here. And we're going to put twist locks on these corners. And that should take care of it. Susan's on her way out to help me put them on because I need to be able to push up to put the spring on there, and then the lever, and then the nut. So it's going to be awesome. And done. There we go. I fabricated a panel today to fit a void to mount my air conditioner. I then fabricated twist locks to hold that panel in place. I then found C-channel weather stripping that I had set aside from doing this exact hatch, and I put it around that panel to create a really nice tight fit. It looks great. So this tightened up. This tightened up after we tightened that down. This side tightened up. The only spot I got a little tiny gap is right here. And that's, God, it's about 1/8 of an inch. And I think if I go outside and just push down a little bit, it'll be fine. I'm catching right here. If you see this little white piece of trim, that's a piece of the air conditioner and it's part of the pad. And normally this would go inside here and it lays up on this. But for whatever reason, when I put it on, it folded over. And I'm kind of okay with that because it kind of creates a seal. I don't know if I can even get you. Yeah, I mean, you can kind of tell, see? So normally it would be here. So next time I reinstall the air conditioner, I'll make sure that happens. That piece is a little bit wide to get through the piece of plexi. So I might need to just take a tiny little bite off of that edge with my saw. This is a nice tight strip here. I mean, perfect. You can't even say daylight through it. It's fantastic. So this is great. This is exactly what I wanted. And I think I'll probably leave it just like this. Maybe if it's the dead of summer, and I want to try to get a little better R value, I don't know. I can play with this. I don't think it's going to work now with the twist locks in the way, but I've also got that piece of wood that I could try to put up here. Honestly, I'll probably just wrap a towel around this, block out the sunlight, and forget about it. It's as good as it's going to get, and I'm thrilled just to have it functional and in place. Project. There she is. Final product. So this is the hatch comes up real nicely, and this hooks over this handle, which is kind of nice. That'll provide plenty of shade, I think. Plus the sun's coming in from this angle as it is currently. But, look at that. Who's got air conditioning on their boat? I do. So you can see I've curved that down like that. It's a good fit. She's a little bit... The panel is scooted a little bit too far this way. Like 1/8 of an inch. It just needs to be scooted over. And that's just when you're installing it, getting it right. I fudged it when I moved the air conditioner. But, I'm thrilled. This is great. Really, 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 really happy the way this turned out. It's not what I had initially envisioned, but it worked out nonetheless. Probably better than what I originally was trying to do from the bottom side. This is the right way from the top. Hatch within a hatch. Boy, strapped in, this thing is rock solid. You know, you can even throw another strap across the back loop, just like this one, and goes right down to the same stanchion. This air conditioner might just live here almost permanently. Hey, thanks for watching. It was a great project. I've got functional AC on the boat. I've got the boat all closed up, and it's actually starting to cool down in here. It's not too hot out today, so the thing's not working too hard. It might struggle if it was in the 90s, but we'll see. I've considered taking this thing to a HVAC guy and just kind of putting a pressure gauge on it and seeing if it needs any coolant or anything. I'll tell you right now, it's really comfortable in here. It's actually getting a little bit chilly, which is kind of awesome. Anyway, thanks for watching this episode. I know it's been a lot of boat work lately, not a lot of sailing, but we're going to splash this thing here. I'm kind of hoping in the next 10 or 12 days. My battens finally showed up from Doyle Sails. I'm going to put them in the sail. I was going to do today, but it's a little windy out, and so I figured I'll just wait until I raise the mainsail the first time on the lake. No reason to bother putting them in. I've got a couple other things coming in the mail that I'm going to kind of work on and get some things tweaked out and finished. I need some Anchor Road line. I've got chain. I added chain this year, and I've got this swivel, but I need to order some anchor line. You can help with that if you really enjoy the videos. You can become a Patreon if you go down to the description below and give it a little click, and it'll take you to my Patreon page, and you can become a supporting member. For as little as $2 a month, you'll get videos ahead of everybody else. You'll get some shorts and sneak peeks and stuff like that, things that I don't share on YouTube or Facebook. So if you want to help contribute, you can help me pay for that anchor line. Some other things I've got going on. The spinnaker pole, I need to rig my guys for that. A guy line is a line that runs from the top to the spinnaker pole, and then from the spinnaker pole down, keeping it effectively level, or you'll be able to raise and lower it where you want it. So that's another thing I need to do. I'd rather do that here than at the club or on the water. And I think, my fuel system. I need to fill my fuel tank, prime my my fuel filter, my water separator, and make sure all that system is functional and running and there's no leaks. It's going to be interesting trying to figure out how to get the motor to run with some kind of a bucket of water that's several feet in the air. I guess I'll use a ladder or something. So that's kind of the last few things I need to finish up. And then we're taking this puppy to the lake and we're going sailing. You're going to start seeing sailing videos finally. But there will be some more work videos with the Catalina 250. As soon as I pull Patience here out of her spot next to my shop, the Catalina will come over and we'll slowly kind of work on that boat. I don't anticipate doing a whole lot to that boat this summer, really. And it's primarily just because I've run out of money. I've put so much money into this boat to make it as awesome as I want it to be, really to enjoy it, that the Catalina, it's probably going to have to wait a while. I do have a set of Variant 23 winches on the way. One of them is the one that was lost. I got a hold of that guy and I said, hey, your winch finally showed up nearly 2 months later, late from the Postal Service. I think I'd like to keep it. How much are you going to charge me to ship me the other one? So I've got the set. And we came to a pretty fair agreement, seeing how it was the second pair and the whole shipping problem. He cut me a real good deal, so I've got that other one coming back. It'll probably be here Monday. So I've got a really nice set of winches for the boat. A buddy from the club gave me a rudder for the boat, which is phenomenal. And then I've got a mast that I'm going to haul back when I splash Patience. I'm going to use the boat trailer and I'm going to haul back an entire mast from a Catalina. I don't need the whole mast. I just need the mast head and maybe some of the parts off of it. Then the mast I'm going to turn into a flagpole here at the property. That's going to be so cool. So lots and lots of stuff always going on here at the Pitts property. There's always lots to film and lots to see. So hey, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe and that like button. Thanks.